What can you do with your favorite book that's been sitting hidden on the bookshelf? Well, you could turn it into a custom work of art. Local graphic designer and book folding artist Danielle Jakalik shows us how she makes her designs come to life.
I started 3 years ago, and I basically saw a folded book on Pinterest, and I really liked it, and I thought I could make that. So I did. It was an owl. So you find a hardcover book, and you pick a design, which is basically any black and white image. I put it through a design program and it spits out a bunch of measurements, and then I go through page by page and make measurements and then go back through and either cut and fold those into the design. So I decided to try something new this past week, and I wanted to do more than one pattern on a book. So I folded a book, finished it last night actually, that has a pattern on the top of it as well. So a word written on the top of the book and the pattern on the front. One of my favorite ones, one of my friend's grandmas had passed away, and I took one of her books and I scanned in her signature and folded it into the book and gave it to my friend as a gift to remember her grandma by. Some people know exactly what they want, and some people want me to fold their design into a certain book, and as long as it's hardcover, I can do that. But sometimes I just pick a book based on the cover because that's all you can see when it's done anyway. People have certain books that have special meaning to them, so I can do that too. I have a few Harry Potter books with Harry Potter designs folded in them, so those are cool too. I did a really fun book. I did a proposal book. Like I folded like, "Will you marry me?" into a book, and someone used it to propose. I've done books in as little as 3 or 4 hours, and I've also spent over 40 hours on one book. So just depending on the detail of the book and how big the book is, it can take a really long time. Every single page, I do several things to every single page. I have to measure the pattern. Sometimes I have to measure another measurement in from the edge of the book to know how far to fold it. Then, depending on what kind of technique I'm using, I have to cut those measurements before I fold them. I did a Red Wings book, and on that, some of the measurements, there was like 40 on each page. And some of them were less than a millimeter apart. So it gets pretty complicated. I just started an Etsy shop, which isn't necessarily for buying finished books, but you can buy patterns and learn how to make one yourself. They come with instructions. So I just set that up last week, so it's pretty new for me, but you can go out there and buy, I think I have about 30 patterns out there right now, and you can also ask me to make custom ones. I have a Facebook page called DJ Designs and Fold Book Folding. I never expected it to become this. I was only ever going to make one book. So when I put that one book online, people kind of went crazy, and I never stopped. And I've made hundreds of books now.
Danielle's book folding skills are just another example of all the talented artists across the Blue Water area. So if you're looking for that personal touch to add to your home, there's never been a better time to think local and support our community. For EBW TV, I'm Annie Naraki.